Hey guys, how we going? Sorry if I just acted weird when I pressed that. I wasn't too sure if I was pressing the right thing. I thought I got confused. I'm just looking at this screen because there's something not right. And sorry if you can hear dogs barking. My dog has decided to rile up the dogs next door. But welcome everyone into the stream. Is that what we're calling it? The stream. Welcome everyone to the chat. Hopefully you're all having a good day. Yeah, that's basically the best way to put it. If I look like I've just woken up, it's not because of that, it's just because I'm tired. I actually woke up about an hour ago. But welcome everyone, we have Donald from Washington, D.C. Am I dropping frames? Am I lagging? Let me know if I'm lagging, because it said I dropped frames. 48... I dropped 48... I dropped frames a minute ago. But let me know if I'm still lagging. Am I lagging? Hold on, I'm just the image is lagging, the audio isn't. Sorry, I'm just making It seems to be getting better. It just seems like it did that at the beginning. So hopefully this fixes up. Okay, we'll just wait and see how it goes. Okay, hopefully just maybe if it keeps, maybe give it a refresh, because I don't know why it's doing that. I just updated my streaming software as well, and it, I don't know, we'll just wait and see. Hopefully, if it's still watchable, then, you know, we'll keep going. Because it's not, like, actually lagging. It just seems that, like, it's sometimes glitching or something like that. Anyway, so welcome everyone to the stream. Hopefully everyone's having a good day. Oh, now I can see it. The image is lagging. Okay. No, it is sort of lagging. It's sort of like the image is jumping around. I'm not too sure why it's doing this. Okay, we should be back on. Hopefully this works. Hopefully this is sweet. Let me know if you can see me, and let me know if it's not lagging anymore. Hopefully I fixed it. I'm pretty sure I fixed it. For some reason, when I restarted my stream, updated my streaming service, it reset the settings, so I put them to like ultra ridiculous settings, which wasn't matched up with my camera, so it should work now. It should be fine. Awesome. Thank you, computer. Okay, now it's still saying I'm dropping frames a few seconds ago. I don't care. Let's just keep going. We've been in worse times than this before, so let's just keep going. Who cares? Anyway, so welcome everyone to the stream. Hopefully you're having a good day. Just repeating stuff I said before, but obviously internet decided to be like, nah, we won't work. But obviously, as you can tell by the title of the stream, we'll talk about the 100th episode, which I'm sure a decent amount of you will want to talk about. And we'll also talk about the crossover, which starts in, like, what? 4 days? Now I'm lagging. This is really frustrating. Is this legit lagging? This is so annoying. I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to not stream. I can't stream if it's just gonna lag all the time. It's just frustrating for me because usually it's clean. Oh, this is so... Actually, we'll keep going. Well, screw it. We'll keep going. If it lags for like 20 seconds, it lags. So we're going to keep going. Because on my side, it's not saying I'm lagging. It's saying I've dropped 0 frames. But then, you know, I can see it. It says it's refreshing. So I'm going to assume it's YouTube. It's happened before and we knew it was YouTube. So let's just keep going. So yeah, we're going to talk about the 100th episode. And we'll talk about the Elseworlds crossover, which starts in 4 days, I think it is. 4 days? 4 days? 3 days? One of the two. Less than 5. That's the best answer. So we'll talk about that and just anything in general you want to talk about, because obviously Arrow had its mid-season finale, and so did Supergirl. If you want to talk about that, Legends has it this week. But obviously, if you want to, before we jump into that, be nice and civil in the chat. Don't try and be an idiot and try and be, what do you call it, like an edgelord or something like that. Just try and be nice and civil in the chat. Just have a nice conversation. Yeah, doing that in the chat. And if you want to help support the stream or get your question 100% answered or your comment 100% out, you can super chat like BTK Predator did, and we'll answer his in a second by clicking the little dollar emblem down the bottom near the chat box, would you call it? Or you can click the link at the top of the description, which does say streamlabs.com/pagey, and you can donate through those means as well. And it's basically the same as doing the super chat. But BTK donated $5. Thank you very much for that through super chat, BTK. I would like an opinion on something regarding the Flash in the back half, but it's too long to super chat. If you want to type it into the regular chat, copy it, just in case I miss it, so you can paste it again if I ask for it. But do that, and I'll try to get through that. So I'll keep my eye for that, BTK. So yeah, but I'm just having just look through the chat. Few more days for Elseworlds. Yeah, hype. So yeah, a lot of people have been asking about, because in my review, as you would know, in my reviews that I do for the episodes, I don't give it a score or anything like that. I don't give it a score or anything like that. I just give my overall thoughts, like whether I liked it or I didn't like it, anything like that. So a lot of people have been asking me if, like, in my review I said it wasn't a perfect episode, and they're like, "Oh, Paige, how could you say it wasn't a perfect episode?" And I was like, the only episode, The Flash, which I think is actually perfect, is probably the season 1 finale. I think there's little to nothing you can really criticize about that episode, apart from, like, post that episode, like heading into season 2 and season 3 and seasons after that. But watching that episode, there's nothing you can really criticize. The 100th episode was very rushed, and they didn't give a lot of characters a lot of screen time that have been there since season 1. And I'm not the biggest fan of, like, the West Allen community on Twitter and stuff, but I do agree with one thing they were pushing, and I 100% agree with it, even though they didn't want to name the other characters because there's vendettas there. But Caitlin, Iris, and Cisco really did get shafted in the 100th episode, and I think they could have done that better. For a celebratory episode, they really could have focused on people that have been there from the beginning. Obviously, Joe wasn't there, so they already had a leg up where they didn't have to include Joe because Jesse L. Martin's on, recovery thing for his back. So they already had a leg up there. So they should have done more with Caitlin, Iris, and Cisco instead of just... I know we got to travel back to cool moments like Savitar. Moments, I wouldn't say cool moments with Savitar, but a moment with Savitar and some cool stuff with Zoom and Reverse Flash. But I just feel that it's actually mainly Iris when you think about it. Whether you don't like Iris or you like her or anything like that, Iris, for being the main female on the show, did get shafted. Like, she's not in the episode at all, and we know that she had... some of you guys might know this, but they actually deleted 2 scenes from the episode. I don't know if they were centric around Iris. One of them probably, but they involved Iris. Like, Iris was one of the people involved in those scenes. One of them was actually in the synopsis, and a lot of you guys have actually asked me about this. It was meant to be a scene between Sherlock, or Sherlock, however you want to pronounce it, and Iris. And I think this is just this is just assumptions, but we just assumed that it was going to be Sherlock, revealing to Iris that, something's up with Nora, and I've got her booking all of this. And then there was meant to be another scene. This is, like, rumored, but I'm 99% sure this is correct. It was meant to be a scene between Nora, Barry, and Iris, after Barry and Nora come back from traveling through time. I don't know necessarily what the scene was meant to entail or involve, but it was meant to be a scene between those 3. So there was 2 scenes in that 100th episode with Iris that were deleted. One of them was in the synopsis for the episode. Like, in the synopsis for the episode, it says Sherlock talks to Iris or reveals something to Iris, something like that. Not in the episode. So incredibly strange. But Naruto donated $5 through Super Chat. Thank you very much for that. You've literally Super Chatted the thing I was just talking about. What happened to Sherlock confronting Iris about Nora? Theory 1, Stanley is the 9th circle. Theory 2, Nora will go to the year 3000 in the finale. As I said, in regards to the Sherlock confronting Iris about Nora, deleted scene. So I don't know if they're going to release, because as you know, they released that scene from the Ragdoll episode with him in prison with Weather Wizard. So they might release this scene online, or it could just be on the Blu-ray or DVD or something like that. I don't know what they're going to do. It's hard to tell. But yeah, we just know that it was in the synopsis, but it wasn't in the episode. Stanley Ninth Circle, maybe. We don't really know too much what's going on. I don't think he'd be the leader of the Ninth Circle. I don't know if that really makes sense to me, to be completely honest. Because if he was so big, he shouldn't have been allowed to be put in prison. Unless the whole plan was to be next to Oliver Queen or something like that. But it just doesn't make sense that if he's like the head of this big cult group almost, that he would be put in prison. You know, someone would probably take the fall for him, and he'd probably be a very, anonymous figure as well. In regards to Theory 2, nor go to the year 3000 in the finale. Maybe. I don't know. The Flash, in regards to its future, is much different from the comics, like where Eobard Thawne's from and certain things like that. They try to make it closer, so it isn't like 1,000 years in the future. So they do flash forwards or stuff like that. They don't look ridiculous. Like, they're not really, or it's not too expensive to do. But maybe. I don't know. Barry Morjani with the £2. Snow Barry or West Allen or Snow West. I don't ship, so I really can't answer that, to be completely. As you guys would know, I don't ship anything because it literally is basically getting into like a rabbit hole. Not a rabbit hole, but basically like a deep hole, and every single time you tweet about it, you dig yourself deeper. So I don't like even getting attached to stuff like that. But sorry, I can't answer that question. Cal? There must be a bug or something on the window that he's freaking out about. He's jumping up to it. Sorry, I'm just looking through the chat. Sorry, I missed a lot of the chat because I was answering the super chats. Let me just scroll a bit and scroll down. Where are the Titans reviews? I didn't do it last week, and you notice I didn't do a Legends last week either. I was just trying to take a break from doing heaps of videos throughout the week because, I just wanted to take a break, to be completely honest. There's no real massive excuse around it, but I will do Titans today. Yeah, Titans comes out in, 12 hours or something? So I'll do a Titans review today, tomorrow, depending on where you are. I heard a rumor Rival and Trajectory were going to be in it in the 100th episode. I didn't hear that at all, to be completely honest. However, I do need to say this. For everyone that was saying, Paigey, those leaks you got were fake, but they were in the episode. So I'm so happy that people saw those scenes and were like, oh, Paigey didn't fake it. DC TV show, otherwise as Ben did get trolled, unfortunately. He got baited and was given fake info, which I feel bad for Ben a bit because I think the guy that messaged him told him he was the guy that gave me the stuff. So Ben got a bit trolled there, unfortunately, but what can you do? But yeah, so for everyone that was going, Paige, you didn't see those photos, literally what I saw. So if you want to be the exact points in which I saw in my leaked photos, the one with Zoom was hard to tell, but it was the one that we saw there. But the one with it's Wells fixing the little thingo, that was one of the ones I saw as well. Unlucky for Ben. Yeah, you got trolled. I told him, I was like, when he released the video, I was like, oh god, that doesn't seem true because the guy doesn't have Twitter that gave me that stuff. So anyway, R.I.P. Ben. Why isn't Matt Letcher playing Reverse Flash? I think it's more a budgetary reason. It's just cheaper to use Tom Cavanaugh. However, don't quote me on this. I've heard that Tom Cavanaugh I actually heard this in the off season, which is what speculated me really going forward with Reverse Flash coming back this season, and maybe they're not even using Matt Letcher, was that Tom Cavanaugh wanted to re-sign onto the show, but one of the things he wanted to do was play Eobard Thawne again. Because if you actually remember back to season 1, even though we love Tom Cavanaugh as the character, he actually doesn't play Eobard Thawne that much. A lot of the time he is playing Wells. And the time that he is playing Eobard Thawne, before whenever the big reveal was and he starts, just running around as Eobard Thawne in Harrison Wells' disguise, he's just talking to himself, he's killing someone, or he's just talking to Gideon. So there's no real, Reverse Flash conflict there. A lot of that throughout season 1 is just Barry and Wells talking. So them doing that this season where it's hard to tell. Let me know in the chat. I've only watched the scene. I'm going to watch the scene again later on because I'm going to do a video on it either tomorrow or the next day. Did he have grey hair or blonde hair? It was sort of hard to tell because it was dark. Everyone seems to be going back and forth whether it was blonde or grey. So I guess it's just a debate. Yeah, I think it's like a blonde sort of thing, but if it's grey, then fair enough if you think it's grey. I think people think he's a bit older because he has like a bit of stubble there, but anyway. Yeah, it looked blondish to me. But a lot of people are trying to, what do you call it, say that it was, you can see Cal in the background. What are you sniffing? Yeah, there's a lot of people saying that it is grey. I think it's blonde though, sort of like a blondie brown sort of thing. You right there? I don't know what you're eating. There's nothing back there. Anyway, what was I going to say? Yeah, so if he's playing that role, hopefully we do get, like, it's just pure Eobard Thawne. But I am intrigued to see whether he factors into the end of this season, or it's something that they're really just setting up for later, or if he's just not even going to be a villain. You know, because he's locked up. That's the important thing to remember. He's locked up, and I don't think Nora would release him. So, but I'm going to do a video either tomorrow or the next day, basically about why exactly Nora's working with him. And I think I've narrowed it down to 2 possible options, which will probably be the case. But that video will either come out, as I said, tomorrow or the next day. So the 2049 Wells is before he killed Barry's mother or after. Hard to tell. That's the thing. I'll bring it up in that video, but it could be because it's Tom Cavanagh playing him. It's sort of extremely hard to tell what's going on, because you would think that's post him coming back and taking the identity. Maybe the timeline's changed where he survived, or they've just basically retconned Matt Letcher ever playing the character, and they're just going to make it that Eobard Thawne always look like Tom Cavanagh. It's sort of hard to tell, and I think it's going to be a confusing thing that they're going to have to sort of address this season if they're not going to have Matt Letcher show up. Like, why does he look like Tom Cavanagh when it's been established that he only looked like, he looked like Wells because he turned himself into Wells. So they're going to have to explain that, and hopefully it's explained early on, something that's quickly rushed in for like 1 second and towards the end of the season. He manipulated it. I think it's part manipulation, part beneficial gain. She's gonna, I'll spoil a bit of the video. So I'm pretty sure Reverse Flash is going to basically allow her to change the timeline in a way where it doesn't stuff everything up and keep her father alive. And in turn, Reverse Flash isn't in prison. He can just keep doing what he's doing. That's basically, I think, the best way to sum it up. I'll go in more detail in my videos as to why that makes sense and how they would go about it. But pretty sure that's what they're going to go for. Nano with the £2. Thank you very much for the super chat. Cisco is jealous of your conditioner game. Well, actually, shampooed and conditioned last night, so thank you for noticing. Naruto with the $2. Main reason for that Nora theory is Gideon. Yeah, people have been asking about Gideon. Because people were like, "Oh, Paigey, you're an idiot. Nora is Nora because Gideon said it was Nora, so she's Nora. She can't be anyone else because Gideon said Nora West Allen, so she has to be Nora." And my thought was like, did you watch season 1? Did you watch season 1? Because Gideon multiple, we'll add one more, multiple times called Eobard Thawne, who was using Gideon as Reverse Flash, called him Dr. Wells. Theory broken, so she can literally be anyone, and she can just say, "My name's Nora," or refer to me as Nora. Hello. That's what happened there. So that theory goes down the drain in regards to that. So yeah, I've seen a lot of people trying to push that forward. I'm like just watch season 1, dude. Watch season 1 it multiple times. Like, it's shoved in your face, actually. A lot of that. Is it Vladimir? Ugh, our friend from Russia. I haven't seen you for a bit. I can't remember is it Vladimir? Let me know in the chat if it's Vladimir. I think it is. Have you read with the 100 rubles? I think it is. Have you read my comment on the We Are Young clip? I mean, everyone can have a weird fan theory. Mine's that actually Nate and Harry in 2011. I'm not too sure what you mean there. The We Are Young clip. Oh, I think I saw this somewhere where Nate and Harry look like the band members or something. I think I saw something like this. I think that might be what you're referring to. I think that's what you're referring to. Where is JR? I mean, he was just in the Arrowverse. Could have squeezed in a cameo. I think it's the same reason that, like, I think if they put Jay in there would have been even bigger arguments as to, like, why the other members of the show didn't get screen time. I don't think Jay was relevant. I don't think they needed Jay Garrick in that episode. It wouldn't have fit in my opinion. Maybe traveling through the Speed Force, you're going to be like, oh, hey, Barry, why are you traveling back in time? I told you not to do that. They could have done something like that, but, yeah, I don't think there was any point of doing that. And I think he was only really in the 100th episode because he was there for the crossover. Because it was really random. When I saw the credits for the episode come up and it said Michelle Harrison, who plays Nora Allen, the grandmother, and then it said John Wesley Shields, like, okay, we're going to travel back, or they're going to do something like that. And it was a really weird scene. They were just on the porch, and I was like, God, they must have really wanted that scene between Barry and Nora outside looking at, Nora's grandparents. I guess surely before their lives are changed, like Nora's murdered and Henry's sent to prison. So they must have really wanted that scene to happen. I don't know if that... I saw a lot of people saying, like, was that scene, like, heartbreaking? I was like, not really, because we've seen Barry dwell on it before. I think I just didn't really care for it too much because I just feel like we've seen it before. I think what they did afterwards with, like, the slow motion of Barry and Nora running away was actually really nice. But the actual scene with them watching Henry and Nora, I just didn't feel that much because we've seen it so many times before with Barry dwelling over it. So I don't know if that was just me, but BTK with the $2. Thank you very much for that, BTK. Paige the Savage back at it again. It was just annoying because it's just clear on the show, and then people ridicule me and say that I'm wrong, and I'm like, dude, or dudes, it's on the goddamn show. Watch. AFC 9798 with the $2 donation through Super Chat. Thank you very much for that. No message there. Pizza face. I thought that was funny when Wells said pizza face. Like, the pizza face. I thought that was pretty funny. Okay, well, Jacob can just get a ban because we said don't try and be an edgelord when you're not funny, and basically Jacob's just well, he's not even an edgelord, just idiot. Where is my dog? He was behind. You would have seen him before if you're here. He was in that corner there. Didn't put him there. He just went there. But I think he's gone to look out the window because I think there's someone outside. Not looking through my window, just someone on the street doing some stuff. Yo from Team Linus. Wonderful, constructive comment there, Team Linus. Thank you very much for that. Paige, who captured Reverse Flash? Please answer. No clue. No clue. Like, who knows? Like, who knows who it could have been? I don't know. Like, I guess it just matters. We don't know who's in there in the future. Who could have been there. So it could have been anyone. I'm guessing we'll probably find that out. Because it could be the crisis event that leads to that. Maybe he I don't know. Who knows what's going to happen there? But did I miss anything up here? I don't think I did. Gus with the $1 super chat. Thank you very much for that, Gus. Priyesh with the £2 through super chat. What happened to Zoom because he didn't really die? Yeah, that was probably one of the issues I sort of had with the episode. I was like, when they traveled through time, I think they just gave a big excuse for it's malleable, it can sort of be changed, and the consequences and stuff like that. And I was like, yeah, but they got to you can't just have people guessing what happened, like, especially with that Zoom thing with the time wraith took him. Like, did the time wraith take him to make him Black Flash earlier, or did the time wraith take him and put him back in his normal spot in time? Or was he a time remnant and that's why the time wraith took him, because he didn't belong in time? There's confusion there. They should have made that clear. And I think that's, as I said, like, the episode had to be rushed because what they wanted to put in the episode. So that's sort of like just some issues that come along with it, where there's no proper explanation on certain things. And that, the thing with Zoom and the time wraith was one of them. I don't think anyone's going to be ever able to answer unless the producer comes out and says, oh, no, this is what happened. But that won't be for a while. Jake with the £2. Thank you very much for that, Jake. Theory, Nora is a Velociraptor / clone. # clever girl. Didn't even think about that, but that is a good Jurassic Park reference. Who is it? Muldoon? Is that his name? Muldoon? I think that's his name anyway. Clever girl. That's a good one. Good one from Jake. Vladimir, just Google the clip. Yeah, I think I've seen it on Twitter. I think people were posting on Twitter or something. How can they implement Reverse Flash as end villain? That's from Crummy with the £2. Well, that's the thing. I think that's probably the issue they're probably going to face, is because I'm interested to see how often we're going to see that Reverse Flash show up again, because is Nora just going to constantly travel there, or are we going to get flashbacks of the future? That makes sense. Flashback to Nora's life and like what Nora did. That's probably the biggest issue that they're going to face, and that makes me sort of think that they might not do Reverse Flash, but because the thing is, they don't have to do Reverse Flash as the villain. Now, even though we've got him there, and it's so tempting, they don't have to. They can just use him to really push Nora's story and as to why she's doing what she's doing. But even though we'd really like to see it, it's just a matter of like how they, what do you call it, like space the back half of this season. Now we know Cicada's still in like episode 12 or something, and he looks new without spoiling too much. You haven't seen the set photos, so he's got like some new stuff going on with him. So you're running out of time. There, like every single episode is another episode lost with some development there. I wouldn't like if they just chucked him into like the last 3 episodes and go, here's your big bad villain. Here's you taking. Here is who you're taking on, Barry. I prefer them not to do that, but I don't know. I have to wait and see. Naruto with the Joseph with the €2 with the hey Joseph, welcome to the stream. Naruto with the $2. People think Gideon was saying Legion of Doom. Yeah, I saw someone that on Twitter and I was like, huh? I was like, you sure about that? It's obviously Legion of Superheroes. And Vladimir wrote, I think that is somehow post season 1 Reverse Flash who avoided death because he knows Nora came back with Barry and hair is cloak wearing off. No, I'm not too sure what that last bit means, but it could be, as I said. Who knows what happened with the timeline, how Reverse Flash might have been able to stay alive. As I said, it's all time remnants and weird crap like that. Him and the Arrowverse are just confusing as a whole. I'm interested to see what they do. I think it's going to be confusing and it might not make sense. I don't think it's going to be clean. Anything revolving Reverse Flash isn't going to be clean just because you could just pinpoint one moment where it doesn't make sense. But, I think it's one of the things where the character's cool enough where if it doesn't make sense, who cares, Is Nora a villain? I don't think Nora will be a villain. I think she's just I think she's now realizing that she's being used because she's not getting all the information, AFC 9798 with the $5. Thank you very much for that. Sorry, I just have a drink of water. Can you explain that Zoom is faster than Nora, not Barry? Well, Zoom, that one just had then would have been the Zoom that just got Barry's speed. So he should that whole scene was sort of an issue because it's always it always comes back to this one episode, and it's just like. Well, not even that. It's just like last season in general, like what they said about Barry's speed, where he was like super fast. Then we had Flash Time, where he was like just outlasting all the other speedsters. Like Barry should never be caught up by anyone unless he wants them to catch up to him. But as I've always said, Barry's speed is relevant to what the showrunners want to happen. So I think I tweeted someone on Twitter last night. I was like, if Barry needed to be caught by like a 4-year-old on crutches, he'd be caught up to by that 4-year-old on crutches if it was relevant to the plot. It's just something with Barry's speed that they do that. So I don't think you can explain the whole thing with Zoom and Nora and Barry and stuff. It just made no sense. Crummy with the £2. Thank you very much for that, Crummy. Reverse Flash Theory, early season 6 plot device. They could be setting up for season 6. Just depends what the story is going to be. Because if you do a lot of setup in season 5 for season 6, you are taking away some of the stuff that they can do in season 6, and in season 6 could be a very, very slow burn and could maybe ruin the Reverse Flash story. But I don't think we can really, we can all theorize and go, oh, this is what will happen, but we won't really know until we get to episode 13 or 14 to see what they're doing with Reverse Flash. Because all these scenes are filmed indoors. They're all future stuff, so they're all on in the warehouse, and all the studios and stuff like that. None of it's going to be public filming. So it's just all of us just theorizing, and that can be dangerous sometimes because you get yourself excited for stuff that's not going to happen. But I don't know. I want to see Reverse Flash as another big villain, but if they're going to use him this season and just stuff with Nora, I don't think you'd want to set up what he's doing next season. It would be cool if it was another version of Reverse Flash next season. That's probably the best answer I can give, or best conclusion to whatever your super chat was, Crummy. Sorry about that. Is Nora going to be in the crossover? Apparently she was there for a day. literally a day. So if she's there, she must be there for like one scene, or she's not even there. I don't know. They set up Nora in the 8th episode last year, so setting up for next season tracks. Yeah, but as I said, it depends on what they do, because obviously Reverse Flash is vital to what Nora's doing, so they're going to do a lot with him and her in the back half of the season, you have to think. So if they cover a lot of stuff, and then they wanted to move on to next season's villain, then you're taking a lot of that development, which you'd want to save for season 6, and a lot of reasoning as to what he was doing. The stuff with Nora last year was just, hi, I'm here. Hi, I'm here. Hi, I'm here. A couple more times, with literally no context behind it. It was just all us theorizing, okay, is she Barry and Iris' daughter, or is she just on random? And then it's revealed. And they have not come back to those points. So it makes you feel like, well, those points are a waste of time, because they said that those points would be relevant as to why Nora was here and doing certain things. Obviously, we have the back half, and they might explain it there, but they have literally done nothing in regards to that. Like, why did she go to the wedding? Why did she go to Jitters those 2 times? Why did she go to Cecile's baby shower? Not explained. So hopefully we get that in the back half. If not, then that makes no sense. They just wasted our time for... Well, they didn't waste our time because we had to get those teasers, but they wasted our time expecting us to find the reasoning behind those scenes, if that makes sense. Josie with the $2. Wasn't Sherlock supposed to talk to Iris about... No, yeah, we talked about that earlier. It was a deleted scene. So I don't know what happened with that. I don't know why it'd been the synopsis if it was just going to get deleted. Strange. I don't know why they did that. If anything, they should have maybe made this episode like a special one, like an hour and a half or something. But what can you do? Why do we get a new Saboteur scene? Just don't think there was a need to. Like, I'm so like the Teddy Sears one. He was on screen for like 10 seconds. So he flew to Vancouver to be on screen for 10 seconds. So that was weird. But I don't think we needed a new Saboteur scene. The biggest issue, I think, around the whole Saboteur scene is that there was no real... Because, look, correct me if I'm wrong, but Nora would have learned at that moment when she saw Saboteur Barry on the ground that, holy crap, that's my dad. Like, correct me if I'm wrong, that's not known information. It wouldn't be in the Flash Museum that Saboteur was a future version of the Flash. That wouldn't have been in there. Otherwise, Nora would have... brought it up or something like that, or had some knowledge of it. So there's some confusion there in regards to it. And even like her mother shooting Saboteur, like it almost seemed like they were going to come back to that moment later on, and they never did that. Now, granted, they could visit that when we come back in the mid-season premiere in late January. However, it would have been better if they actually handled it in the episode, even if it was just when Barry and Nora had a 1 second cooldown part where she goes, "You were Saboteur?" or something like that. Like, what had happened there? Like, all of that. So, there should have been something like that. What was this? Khalid with the £5. Thank you very much for that. At least we know why Nora seemed to hate Harry last season at Jitters. Yeah, it's sort of hard to... Yeah, you'd have to think it's Harry, or is it Killer Frost? Because obviously it seemed like she was sort of like at Killer Frost, but it could have been in Harry because obviously he looked like Wells. Oh, I look like Thorne, might I say. But as I said, all those scenes, so the wedding, the 2 times the Jitters, and the baby shower, hopefully we are all... Obviously, I'm not expecting us to travel back to those events again, but hopefully we find out why she travelled to those 4 events. Because they said that we would. Now, the fact that now Thorne's been revealed, he might have been the one that said, like, go to these places and find out this certain information, or get me this information and relay it through this book. He could have been told us to do that. However, I guess the issue then comes about is like, okay, so Nora had that book, but how was she relaying information to Thorne? Was she just running back to the future every single time to give it to him? Or was she sneaking into Star Labs and using the Time Vault, the computer, to send it to him digitally? Like, what was happening there? So, I'll have to cover that. Beta K, I left my question in the chat. I'll have to have a look for it. Here we go. I feel like the Reverse Flash will be the big bad at the end. It just makes sense and can... Is this the question? This must be the question. I feel like... Oh, no. Okay, no, here we go. I feel like Cicada won't be here for the rest of the season. They could have easily captured him and put him in Iron Heights. He just jumped away, which was odd to me. But I feel like Reverse Flash will be the big bad at the end. It just makes sense and can set up next season potentially. maybe we could see a Cobalt Blue storyline in the back half of next season. Yeah, as I said, I think it all just depends on, because I think there's 22 episodes this season, so if you're gonna bring in Reverse Flash and bring him back to present day, or just have him as the villain, like pose a threat where he's the villain, you're gonna need 7 or 8 episodes, I think, because the Flash loves to do some filler episodes towards the end of the season, so I'd expect 2 filler episodes, and we know we're meant to get a King Shark versus Grodd episode as well. So I would say by episode 14, 15, they need to establish that Reverse Flash is probably going to be the big bad, because as I said, I don't want him just shoved into the last 3 episodes and be like, okay, here's who you're facing. I'd like him to actually be in a decent amount of the season. And as I said, we know Cicada's still in like episode 12 of this season. He's filming for that. So they have to establish him by then. But as I said, he might not even be the big bad. It could just be something where they're just showing who is influencing Nora to make it make sense. And it could just be set up for next season, but who knows what they're going to do. Like, I try not to jump too far into it because you can sometimes get a bit disappointed, which obviously we've had in past seasons. Crummy with the £2. Plot twist, Nora is not Barry's daughter. Well, one of the theories, I think, was that she is actually Thorne's daughter that's married. No, she's a daughter of the Allen and Thorne family. So essentially she's like, well, Bart Allen. And we've been saying this a while, that she's basically just an amalgamation of a couple of characters like XS, like Dawn Allen, like Bart Allen. And if they did that, then it'd be like literally she's just Bart Allen. She's just the daughter. Oh, he's a descendant. Oh, she's a descendant of both the Allen and Thorne families. So Eobard Thorne could be her whatever, ancestor of some sort. So I don't know. They could do that if they wanted to. I think she is his daughter. I can't see that not being Barry and Iris' daughter. It's just that her name might not be Nora. Like, it wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if her name wasn't Nora. Joshy with the $2. So it's Nora going to be in the crossover or no? As I said, I think she was there for like 1 day, so she might make a cameo, but I wouldn't. She's not meant to be in there a lot. Like, basically, Iris, Ralph, and Nora aren't really in the crossover. Out of those 3, Iris has a bit more, but she's not really in the crossover. In comparison to characters like Caitlin and Cisco, who were in all 3 episodes, I'm pretty sure. So it's really Caitlin and Cisco, the members of the Flash outside Barry, that actually have a decent part in the crossover. And your boy Sean with the $3, thank you very much for that. Your boy, Hope Thorne is the big bad in the back half. I wouldn't mind that. As I said, I'd love it. However, I want a decent amount of time given to him to do that. I don't want it rushed or anything like that. Or he's like the last 3 episodes, he's Thorne. I'd want him to be like in the last third of the season, so the last 7 or 8 episodes. You only answer super chats. That's rude. Well, no, if they're there, I'm gonna answer them, and then I go to the stream chat. You must be new to the stream, Carl. If that's your conclusion. I'll answer that question in a second. Actually, I just want to have a quick look through the chat. Arrow 7x7 or Flash 5x8, which was better. Oh, Arrow. The Slab Side Redemption episode was ridiculously good. Like, the Flash 100th episode was a good episode, but it was pure fan service. In regards to an episode making sense, it didn't really make that much sense, but it was just... I watched it twice now. I'm probably going to watch it again over the weekend sometime, just because it was awesome to see these characters come back. But when you watch, you're like, man, they could have done this a bit better, and some of this doesn't make sense. And one of my major criticisms is I found it very lazy. Like, this episode must have been super easy to make. Like, super easy, because they reused so much old footage. Like, we were literally rewatching scenes from season 1, 2, and 3 that they filled up a decent amount of the episode. So this episode must have been really easy to film and just make in general. But great. Actually, it's a great episode, but it wasn't like a Slab Side Redemption Arrow, which was, basically a 10 out of 10. That was almost like a perfect Arrow, 9.8 out of 10 Arrow episode. Well, I think the 100th episode was like maybe like an 8, if you really think about it and watch it again. But yeah, I think people disagree because, people will disagree. I think I said that once. It's like, no, you're an idiot. It was a perfect episode. But that's just my opinion, Ashley with the £5 or £5, might I say. Got to get these currencies correct. I know Tom Kavanagh wants to play Reverse Flash, but story-wise, it makes no sense. Need to bring Matt Fletcher back and also make a Reverse Flash origin or focused episode. I completely agree with that, Ashley. even if they did it where like half of the season was Matt Letcher and then the rest of the season was Tom Cavanaugh, you get the best of both worlds. You get the like a Hannah Montana theme song. Enter. Anyway, I probably got that stuck in someone's head now, but they could have done that. But it's unclear what version of Reverse Flash that is. That's with Nora. Is it one before he went to murder Barry's parents? Is it the one after? Is it a completely different one from a different timeline or a different Earth? It's confusing. So, hopefully that's explained. But I agree with you. Like, I wanted to see Matt Letcher back in the role. I don't think he's doing anything in the moment because Narcos came out, but that's finished filming in like July, maybe August at the latest, where he would have been able to come and do this stuff. So obviously, I'm guessing Tom Cavanaugh. Well, one of the rumors I've heard is that Tom Cavanaugh wanted to play Reverse Flash again. That was like one of the driving factors around him like being committed to this season, was being able to step back into the role of Eobard Thawne. So, and like the 100th episode showed us why that's a really good move, because that scene between him and Nora just sitting down when he's like fixing the Speed Force transmitter. I think it was Speed Force transmitter. Best scene of the episode, just because it was great interactions, just between him and Barry, but also him and Nora. So yeah,
house is
the 100th episode sucked. Well, I definitely don't agree with that. I could understand if you said it was disappointing, but saying it sucked, I think you must have smoked something this morning. Your boy Sean with the $5. Thank you very much for that, your boy. I really hope we see Batman, the crossover, or Joker again. Doubted, but I would cry tears of joy. I wouldn't count on seeing either of those, to be completely honest. Like, I know it's crushing your dreams, Sean, but I wouldn't count on seeing either of them. However, one thing I am expecting when we're in Arkham Asylum is seeing on the cell doors is all different names of Batman villains. So I'd love to see Joker, Riddler, Two-Face, Scarecrow, any of them. I think that's what we're probably going to get. We know we're going to see like Bane's mask and Mr. Freeze's gun in the Arkham like archives or like weapon vault and stuff like that. So I think there's going to be a lot. If you're a Batman fan, the Elseworlds crossover, that Arrow episode of the Elseworlds crossover, might I say, is going to be like pure fan service because of the stuff in Arkham Asylum. Do you think Earth 2 Laurel / Black Siren gets her backstory in episode 11 called Past Sins? Maybe. I don't know if we're going to get her backstory, but I'd like to see it. But Past Sins could be related to like Emiko Queen and stuff like that. It's hard to it's hard to like really jump into what our episode titles mean a lot of the time, because they can mean like a lot of different things. Hey man, in the 100th episode, The Flash paid close attention to Barry's foot. When he's in the hospital bed going to the hospital, he had a shard of the particle accelerated jabbing his foot. No, that's if you go back and watch the pilot episode, that's a thing in his foot. It's like it's meant to be like a representation of him being fast because he's got the matter on his like the dark matter on his feet. So it's in the pilot episode. Go watch the pilot episode, and you'll see the exact same mark on his shoe. It's not. I don't think it's Metatech. Unless they're going to completely change his storyline, but that's from the pilot episode, or episode 1 of season 1. So I'm just going through the chat again. Sorry, I'm just looking through the chat. Is Killer Frost actual retcon? We know Meta cuts block her. We know Meta detected dings, but Cicada. Well. I need to correct something. In my video, I've been calling her like not a meta. By that, I mean she's not a meta made by dark matter, if that makes sense. So she's like is she a natural meta? Would you call it? She's a meta through different circumstances. While Cicada's dagger, because it's like sourced from dark matter, it only affects and takes away powers from other metas made through dark matter. While Caitlin's Killer Frost powers don't originate from that. So that's the reason that his dagger doesn't affect her. Correct me if I'm wrong, did it affect Nora? I think it was the last episode, where we saw the dagger affect Nora, I'm pretty sure. So that confirms that I guess Nora is affected by the dagger, even though she probably shouldn't be because she wasn't given the powers through dark matter. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know if she was actually affected by the dagger. I think she was though, because wouldn't she have done something? Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. How do you think the Elseworlds is going to end? I think it's just going to end with them getting back into their bodies, to be completely honest. But I think they're going to fight, because obviously our Earth's not going to, I say our Earth like we're on it, but the Earth of like Arrow and Flash isn't going to be destroyed. So they're obviously going to defeat this black suit or Superman Prime dude, whatever you want to call him. And the Monitor's going to be like, you are worthy. And I think that's going to set up next year's crossover where he's going to come back and he's going to, you know, use them and maybe bring in some other characters as well that were found worthy in the rest of the multiverse to take on like the Anti-Monitor or a bigger threat. Looking towards more at the end of this season, how do you think they'll finally defeat Cicada? Probably like a similar way that they almost defeated him last time, like just stopping his dagger and probably getting Killer Frost to do something. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go back. Okay, let me go. We'll watch this together actually. So we're gonna watch a scene of the Flash together. So this is movie time with Paigey. Okay, we're gonna go back and watch that Cicada fight scene. Okay, so let me get it up first. Okay, I'm probably gonna get demonetized because of this, because we're showing this on stream. What was it? 5/08. Cicada fight scene. Is this it? Yeah, this is it. Okay. Okay, so can you hear that? Okay, you can hear that. I can't though. For some reason. Let me try and fix my headset because for some reason I can't hear this. I can't hear that. Would you like to explain why I can't hear that scene, please? Sorry, this is very unprofessional of me, but... Okay, there we go. And now you can't hear it. Awesome! Love it when that happens. So let me fix this. How do I even do this? Properties? Okay. Do that and then default. Okay, we can both hear it now. I fixed it. Yay. Paige the idiot has done it again. Okay, so let me go like that. We'll go... Okay, so we're going to watch this. We're going to watch the fight scene. So this is, as I said, movie time with Paige. Get your popcorn ready. Okay, so this is the Flash 5/08, Team Flash vs. Cicada. The plan fails and Killer Frost saves everyone in HD. That's wonderful. So we'll watch this. This entire scene, probably going to get demonetized, but as they say in France, YOLO. Skip it. Sherlock.
They call, and I'll make that as you. I am.
Okay.
And after you're gone, I'll join you.
I'm just saying it affects Nora.
All four of you.
Ooh. Hide behind the pillar. Your boy Ralph.
Come on, work.
Okay, so it goes into the thing. It has its power taken out. For some reason, Barry glows electricity. I don't know why that would happen, but anyway. Gets some beat down. Okay. Okay, here was the biggest issue that a lot of people had when Cisco didn't breach to another Earth, just breached into space, or didn't breach to the sun. I can understand that, but maybe they thought it was like if you breach to another Earth, someone else might get it or it might affect metas there, so maybe that was their thought about it all.
Realizing you didn't kill me.
We stopped you.
You stopped nothing.
I thought this was actually cool. A lot of people are bagging this out, but I thought this was actually pretty cool that he's so connected to the dagger that he can actually draw from this far away.
Guys, cicadas are calling the dagger back from space. Go, 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 go.
So... I still haven't shown the power's been taken out.
This house.
Barry!
Okay, that's enough. Okay. They didn't clearly show Nora having her powers dampened by the dagger. They just showed like the blast, which just had all of them lying down. So once again, it's another case where they haven't clearly shown that the dagger affects Nora. They've shown clearly that it affects Cisco, Barry, and Ralph, but they haven't clearly shown. Yeah, this. So like, I'm just scrolling back through this. Like, when they get blasted, I'm gonna mute this so you guys can't hear it because it'd be annoying. It shows the dagger coming in. Yeah, they still haven't clearly shown that, so they haven't 100% confirmed that Nora. Because as I said, if Killer Frost isn't affected by the dagger, neither should Nora. Nora shouldn't be affected by the dagger either, because she's a speedster through natural means. Like it was passed down through her dad. It wasn't due to being hit by dark matter or anything like that. So anyway, that's going to be confusing. I think they're doing that on purpose. Where I think Killer Frost and Nora are probably going to be vital to it later in the season, but who knows? AFC 9798 with the $5. Thank you very much for that. Would you like to see back half of Arrow Season 7, a whole Season 8 main story set in the future, then have flashbacks to current day? No, I'd probably like to have the present day and then just flash forwards. I think that'd be better. Just because I like the present day cast better. But I do want to see more flashbacks. I'd like to have them every episode rather than like every second episode. Josie with the $2. Why didn't Barry use the meta cuffs on him? Plot, I guess. But maybe because also the Metatech, because the dagger's Metatech, maybe it's... I don't know. They're going to have to explain the Metatech a bit more. Like, if someone's got... Say someone's connected to that device, if they've got Metacuffs on them, are they not able to use that device? But then again, that happened with Weather Witch last episode. Didn't he put Metacuffs on her? So it's sort of confusing. I don't know. I guess like the whole Metacuffs thing is a bit of a cheat, but also it's an issue when like someone's down now, and why don't you just Metacuff them and something like that. So I'm just looking through the stream chat. Nora's powers got taken away during that Death of Vibe fight scene. The Flash, we'll see if you're right, because I can't remember that happening. The Flash 5/03. Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Because I'm pretty sure Nora used her powers to save Cisco, didn't she? I don't think that's right. I think that's wrong. Who do you think Emiko's mum is on Arrow? Could be like Lady Shiva, could be Talia al Ghul, who knows who it could be. Like it has to be someone Japanese. So like Shadow is, could have been her, but I don't know what they're going to do, because she's meant to be half Japanese, half white. Obviously, that white part comes from Robert Queen, so who's the Japanese part? Hopefully, it's someone of importance, but they could just make it some random, and maybe that mother dies or something like that, and it just drives Emiko to going and following who her father was and finding out, so I have to find out. Did you see Reverse Flash during the particle accelerator explosion in a hospital bed? Yeah, didn't he get pulled in next to Barry? Was that meant to be like a connection there that we never saw? Shadow and Robert, creepy. Well, in the comics it's Shadow and Robert. In the show it won't. It could be Isabel from season 2. Yeah, but you got to explain the Asian side of that. It wouldn't make sense, I don't think, if it was Isabel Rochev. What do I think about Black Panther getting nominated? I don't have that much of an issue with it. I think the biggest issue around Black Panther being nominated is that probably when you think about the last 10 years of comic book movies, there's been like 5 or 6 movies that have been better than Black Panther but didn't get nominated, like Dark Knight. How was that not nominated and stuff like that?
This house is bitchin'.
But the thing is that it's not going to win. So it's not like it's a threat to win. What do you call it? Like taking away all credibility from like all the higher films and stuff. Like it's just nominated for the. I've always said I think it's a pity nomination just due to the fact that it did a lot in regards to representation and diversity. So they're like, okay, well let's respect that and honor that by giving them a nomination. It's not going to win. It's not going to stand a chance at winning the best film. It's just there. And the biggest indicator that it's not going to stand a chance is that no actors from the movie were nominated. The fact that no actors from the movie were nominated is like clear that it was probably like their last option in regards to putting that movie in there. They just, it got put in there, but it wasn't worthy of getting the other like higher accolades in regards to the awards. So I think people are like losing their shit over it. I'm like, just calm down. It's just a nomination. It's not going to win. It's not World War III. Like, just calm down. Josie, oh no, that's what we got. That TMC Peyton with the $5. Thank you very much for that, Peyton. Explanations for timeline shift from 2024 to 2019. Original timeline Flash was around 6 years behind. Possibility. Could that be what Nora and Thorne worked out? That's a possibility because if you've got to remember, the Flash that would have been lost in that crisis would have only been like, what, 4, maybe going on 5 years into being the Flash. While if Barry was into that situation, he'd be like 10 years into being the Flash because Eobard Thawne was trapped in the past in regards to, after he killed his mum, after he killed Barry's mum and got stuck there, he had to bring about the Flash early so he could get home. So the timeline should automatically be changed. And that crisis event itself should probably be changed around as well, where it comes around earlier if they want to do that. So that'd be an easy explanation for them bringing around that crisis event earlier, maybe having it happen at the end of this season, or even possibly in the Elseworlds crossover if they wanted to do that. But yeah, that could be maybe not what Nora and Thorne have worked out, but what Thorne has worked out through Nora's information that she's giving him. That could be what's going on there. So TMC Payne, you and me, mate, I think we're on the same thinking plane of existence, if that's the correct way to word it. BTK with the $2. Off topic, but Avengers 4 trailer review tomorrow. When's it coming out? Like, is it coming out in like a show, or is it just being released online? Because I might live stream my reaction to it like this. I think I did that with Dark Phoenix when that came out, and I think I did it for another movie, maybe Venom or something, I think it was. So if there's a specific time as to when it's coming out, I might live stream and do a reaction to that, because why not? Why not? Why was my phone going off? No reason. Heath Ledger won for Dark Knight. Yeah, actor. I'm talking about like the actual movie getting recognition. So I'm just looking through the chat. In the second episode, Nora lost her powers to Cicada's dagger. No, she didn't. She just didn't act. We didn't see her lose her powers. She ran off and put Block into the hospital or something, then came back and Cicada was about to stab Barry. So she didn't lose her powers. I know that off the top of my head because people kept pointing to that. How are you feeling about this Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie coming out next year? I'm intrigued to see. It looks like it's going to be pretty low budgets, but I'm intrigued to see what it all means. Avengers 4 trailer is going to be in the morning on the East Coast. Well, I'll just wait and see. If it's coming at like 3 a.m. my time, I'm not going to live stream it. If it comes at like midnight or something, I might live stream. I think they usually come out midnight, though, the trailers. From memory. They release them in the morning in America. That's usually midnight for me. But wait and see. If I live stream, I live stream. If I don't live stream, then I don't live stream. Is The Flash coming on Tuesday? The Flash is on Sunday. Can I explain Elseworlds? It's a world that's elsewhere. That's the best way to put it. In Season 3, Barry had Season 4 suit when you're going... I'm not sure what you meant there, Patrick. I think half your thing got cut off. Will there be any storylines regarding Jenna Marie West, or was she just a plot point in the season finale for last season? I don't know if they're going to do anything with her. Who knows? I think it might be relevant to the back half. Maybe Jenna's relevant in the future. Maybe she could be in the flash forwards. Maybe there's like Cecile, Iris, Jenna, and Nora. Maybe we see something like that. Or flashbacks of the future, or flashbacks of Nora's life in the future we could see. But, that's just us guessing. Who knows if they're going to do that. Firefly with the £2. How is Zoom as fast as Barry? Plot, I guess. I think that's always the best answer. Just plot device. Are we slipping that super chat? Did I miss one? Did I miss one? Or did I miss one through Streamlabs? I might have missed one through Streamlabs. I didn't, so I'm not too sure what you're referring to there, X-Dab. I think Stanley's just a member of the Ninth Circle, not a leader. Yeah, he could be. I don't know if they're going to do... That's the thing. It's hard to do if... Hard to tell if they're going to do Ninth Circle or anything like that anyway. Like, there's hints to it with the whole Dante thing, but whether they do it is another question. Maddie with the €5. Thank you very much for that. So is the reason there is 52 worlds is because Monitor or Anti-Monitor has destroyed them? No, I think it just... Like, I think they... From memory, I think they said last year there's 53 Earths with the possibility for more. There's 53 recorded Earths.
This house is
But like when you're getting like more and more into it, where there's just like a ridiculous more amount of Earths, then it just gets to the point like, wow, like you're really not looking too deep into it, are you? When is Elseworlds going to start? Sunday in America. So when what do you call it? Supergirl's on, that's when Flash is on. Flash and Supergirl are swapping for the crossover week. Do you think that the Flash season 5 is better than Arrow season 5? Well, the season's not over. Important thing to remember, and I always say this, and that Arrow season 5 is probably the best indicator of it. Never judge a season until it's completely over, because Arrow season 5's first half was meh, it was okay. But the end half of it was like, wow, and Arrow season 5 ended up being like one of the best seasons. So you never judge a season before it's over. God, this phone stop. It just keeps giving me a notification for the exact same message. Like, go away. Do you think we'll see Harry and Jesse again? It'd be very hard to get Jesse back on the show because she's like the main star of a show. I don't think that show's performing of another show, might I say, on like another network. I don't think that show's performing too well, so it might be cancelled. I'm not too sure about it, but I don't think it's doing 100% well, or that well, might I say. So it could get cancelled, so she might be able to come back on Flash at some point. What's going on at the end of the 100th episode? Why is Nora visiting the Reverse Flash in the prison in 2049? What does this mean? Well, I'll do a video on it specifically either tomorrow or the next day, but essentially it seems that they're getting like beneficial gains from this. So Nora's giving him information from the past. It's probably going to help him do stuff. And Nora's probably going to get something from Reverse Flash in regards to maybe getting a dad back or something else like that. I answered the Firefly one. I said it's plot. It's just plot. There's no reason for it. It's just plot. Is Dawn in the future? Well, one of the theories is that like Dawn or Barry's daughter was Dawn in the normal timeline, and now that it's Nora after Reverse Flash killed Barry's mother. So it's like she was named in honor of her. But obviously before that, there was no person to honor because she wouldn't have been dead. Blue Beetle's head cord to Arrow might happen. This issue there with some English, but oh yeah, for those that don't know, I think I talked about this for a while ago. Before the season started, there was a description that came out that fit like almost like a Ted Cord Blue Beetle character. That character was Future William. For those that don't know, that description fit Future William, so that's who it was. I didn't answer I've answered all the super chats, I think. Apart from Baron Cab, who's coming with $2 and goes, "You're rocking that future emo Barry hair." Yeah, I'm gonna get a haircut in the new year. For those that are wondering, I want to grow my hair out a bit longer before I get it cut. So by the time I do my next review on camera, I'll have a haircut, but there'll probably be streams while I still have longer hair. Am I excited to watch Aquaman? Of course I am. Cannot wait for that. When is Wally coming back? He's meant to be in 2 more episodes this season, so I'm guessing it's going to be some seasons in the back half. Or there could be maybe like Future Wally. They could do Future Wally if they want to do that. Do you think that the Tornado Twins still exist and Nora is lying about herself? I think Nora's lying about herself. In regards to Tornado Twins, I don't know. Because the thing is that they're running out of time for there to... Like, I guess Nora could be a part of a set of twins. But there's been no reference there. I just can't see that being the case, to be completely honest. Like, I don't know. I don't know if that's just me. I just personally can't see that being the case. But yeah, but Carl donated $3 through Streamlabs. Do you think they will explain what happened to Zoom or just plot hole? Also, with the reverse flash reveal, do you think the plot leaks for next season are looking more likely? I think those plot leaks were bullcrap, to be completely honest. I just went over them for the meme. In regards to Zoom, I think it's just one of those things where we're just left to assume that he just got taken back to his normal timeline, or it was a time remnant, so he was expendable, so that the Time Wraith could do whatever they wanted. That sounds sort of creepy. They could do whatever they wanted to do with that time remnant because it was a time remnant, so it could be killed, nothing happens. So I think that's probably what happened to Zoom. Finbar Kelleher with the €1. Thank you very much for that. Do you think Blackstar is the daughter of Roy and Speedy or Oliver and Felicity? I think if she was the daughter of Oliver and Felicity, it would have been hinted at more last week, in the last episode. And also, Dinah should know that she's the daughter of Felicity, you know? That should be the case because this person would be born like the next year or two. So she should have to know that she's Felicity's daughter if that's the case. But guys, I've been streaming for an hour. Usually this is how long I stream, so I'm actually going to end the stream here right now. Thank you to everyone that just came in here, had a chat. Hopefully you enjoyed your time. I'll have a new video out tomorrow and over the weekends and stuff like that. I'll have a few videos out in regards to Arrow and Flash, and also Titans as well in like 12 or 13 hours or something. But yeah, thanks to everyone that tuned in. Thanks to everyone that super chatted or donated through Streamlabs. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. And yeah, hopefully you all have a good day, night, evening, morning, or weekend, depending on whatever that might be. And yeah, until the next stream and next video, I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.